again, YouTubers. Sorry, I'm gonna apologize for my voice again. It's early in the morning here in Utah, and the weather changed. It's crazy. It gets to your voice. Been watching a little bit of YouTube videos and seeing what other people say about personality typing, and I thought I'd talk more about life with an INTJ, being an ESFJ. When I first met my INTJ 12 years ago, I was so anxious to leave my current life I was in and start a good life. And I was working with my INTJ, and I loved his views and his future goals. But INTJs, they do that. They think about what they want, but they don't move forward a lot. And I was so driven that I actually pushed him a lot into the relationship, and pushed him towards, he said he wanted marriage, but he didn't act on it fast. So I just kind of, I was the action. I was all right, we're gonna get married, we're gonna do this, 12 years later, I mean, it wasn't a bad decision, it was a great decision. But when I look back on my life throughout with the INTJ, they do sit there and they make a lot of ideas and a lot of plans, but they don't act on them. And as the ESFJ, you're the driving force for your INTJ. You're the one who gets them to do things now, not later. And listen to you, the INTJ. This is where the dualities are great. Listen to your INTJ. Listen to his plans, because they're very good at, they're the intuitive type, so they're very good about seeing into that future, those future goals, whereas the S type wants kind of the now thing. So combine those together, because listen to your INTJ and follow what he says, but help him follow it now, because he's not gonna follow it now. They make a lot of plans, and there's a lot of frustration to the ESFJ, but if you, as the ESFJ, can find a way to get your INTJ to do it, which there always is a way. I always find a way to show my INTJ how it can be done now, because I see out of the box and he doesn't. He sees this neat little box and he sees inside it and he stays inside it and he's comfortable. And I fly outside the box all the time. I'm like, woo, we can do it this way. But that's what it's like being with your duality. You have to be the driving force for the INTJ. You have to show him how it can be done in the now, and then it'll be okay. And then when the INTJ looks back on hindsight, they'll be glad that you were there to help them do it now. So don't get too frustrated with your INTJ. Just keep being his driving force, and know when you get in that relationship with the INTJ, know that you have to be that driving force. Know what you have to be, and that's kind of what my blog's about too, helping the ESFJ cope with the INTJ, because you can make a great mix, and you will make a great mix. Just know that you're going to have to show him that now when he looked that, and that's the difference between the intuitive and the sensing part. So don't give up on your INTJ. They're great to be with. I wouldn't change it. I love being with my INTJ, even though it's so frustrating sometimes. But you just gotta also learn to let it go. The INTJ is really good at letting that kind of stuff go, and kind of just be in their little introverted world and let all that extroverted stuff go, and all those extroverted feelings towards people, and they just let it go. And no, I'm not trying to sound like the Frozen movie, because no, but they just kind of, they've learned to just not dwell on things, where the ESFJ, we dwell on things a lot. So don't dwell on things, because you know what, your INTJ is also a really good person to rant to. I often find my times I get frustrated and I save it. I get home and I blow up and I explode and I yell and I scream and I throw a fit in front of my INTJ, and he doesn't run off and he doesn't get scared. And it's great. And that's what I use him for. He is like a soft punching bag. I'm not abusive or anything. I get to explode in front of him, and he's not gonna freak off and run off and say, "Oh my gosh, Rose is scary. I can't stand to be around Rose. She's kind of freaky." No, he doesn't do that. He knows his ESFJ. He knows that this is what she does, and it's okay. It's okay. Rose will calm down. Rose will eventually, see things the way I see it, and then he just patiently waits for me to get from my blow up stage and come back down and level back out, and then be like, I'm okay. I'm okay. I just needed that. I needed that moment. And so that's what they do for each other. They actually are really good for each other. But I do know that there's probably some INTJs out there that say, I don't want to handle that blow up phase of an ESFJ. They'd rather be with maybe an ENF or ENSP or ENSJ, somebody who's less explosive. Um, but because we are highly volatile, I like to explain myself as a firecracker. Somebody really does. They light that fuse. And it depends on my feelings at the moment, how short that fuse is, because sometimes I can kind of keep blowing on that fuse and save it for when I get home so that I explode when I get home. And because, yeah, it's really not that great to explode, especially in front of people that are more of the introvert, intuitive, perceiving type. They really don't, the INTPs, they really don't take well to the explosive phase. They're already kind of skittish about people. And then they meet an ESFJ that blows up in front of them. And then they're probably going to go home and hide for a while because they're really scared of us. We are a really scary personality type. But you INTJs, we're really not that scary. We come off as kind of scary, but we're okay. Just understand it. Give us our blow up time, and everything will be cool. Sorry this video is so long. These videos, the time just rolls with them. But enjoy, subscribe. Let's talk more. Make comments. Go see my blog on Google Plus, and have a great day.